All right, so this is the student version of World History of an online course offered through Apex Learning. So I wanted to go ahead and just give you an overview of all the different units that are being covered, and I would love to get the social science feedback of whether you think this course is actually giving the rigor that that your course offers. I know it will be different. It may not be the same style, but we're just looking and previewing different platforms that we could potentially use for to start an online school through Southland. So I'm just going to go ahead and look at the units. So we start with Welcome to World History. It's going to go kind of slow because that's probably what you're most interested in, is what's actually being covered in a year. So there's looks like 5 units within one semester, and then it has another 5 for second semester. I'm only really going to look at Unit 1 for the sake of time. Of course, if you would like to look at it more thoroughly, I can totally give you my credentials. But I'm also planning to print out the syllabus for you, and it's going to break down every single thing that is being covered a little bit more thoroughly, like the skills and hopefully the content. I'm hoping that this is a little bit more of a it kind of helps break down what is actually being covered. So back to the beginning. So we're going to go ahead and just look at Unit 1 in general. So what it looks like it does is it gives a video, and this is actually very similar to English, biology, and math, or science and math. So once the students have like watched the video, which what's concerning is I just skipped it. I didn't really actually watch the video, including, there are some supplementary materials on the side that they can click on, and it breaks down some key terms, but it's not that it's a forced, task. Like, it's not something that it didn't prompt me. Like, I could still continue and not have clicked that. But it does have some nice things where it does break down words that students may struggle with. So this is the part that I wanted to show you. There are some places for them to actually respond within the actual platform, but if you notice, they actually want students to print out certain supplementary materials. So for example, the study guide cannot be completed within the platform. This is common in English, science, and math. They have to print this, because if you notice, I can't actually fill this out. And the dangerous thing about this particular worksheet is the fact that it can be translated, and that was something that I want to know from you, your perspective of whether that's something you don't mind, or if we want to build our students English. I feel like with this decrease their ability to build their English. I know it may be different for math and the sciences, but I don't know how strongly you feel as a department, and I can see if Apex can take off that feature. So, and I'm also going to find out how do these students actually prove they actually did this work? Do they scan it and send it back to the teacher? It's kind of unknown. We plan to have a meeting with them tomorrow. So we'll continue through. There is a lot of reading. Part of the questions I have is, how do we keep them accountable to actually reading this material? We know that they are submitting information. So they submit, and I guess what it looks like is they give an answer based on what the student submits. Also concerning. I'm curious, like, if students just wanted to blow through this, could they write anything and then get kind of the answer to what is being asked here? It is thorough. Like I said, 35 words or fewer. At least it gives kind of a minimum and maximum. Like I said, I'm only just previewing it, but once again, it does give an answer afterwards. This is just the demo, so it may not even be operating the way it should. It does tell the students if they do have it correct or not, but like I said, I can just click it and it's going to tell me if it's incorrect, and by just trial and error. I'm going to figure it out. I'm just really hoping that these students aren't just skipping through. Obviously, all of this work is gearing them for this quiz. And so if they don't do well on this material, it will reflect on their quiz. So this is a quiz question. I am going to guess for the sake of just showing you that there's only 5 questions, all information that they should have learned. And after they complete it, it's going to show how they did. Another concern is if students are doing, let's just say, doing this at some point in the year and they find another student that's taken the same online course, what's going to happen if they end up taking this quiz together? By cross-elimination, they know now that question 1, B is the wrong choice. So what's a better, answer? So we're going to ask Apex if they have different quizzes that they give to different students if they're taking the course at the same time. So that will be something they ask. We'll be asking as well. They have a journal, which I'm going to just give you a quick look at what that looks like. Once again, that's another supplementary, worksheet that they have to print. How do we keep them accountable to make sure they're actually filling out this work? That question will be answered. But yeah, I just definitely wanted to just give you kind of a quick overview of how much content is being covered. As you can tell, there's a lot of sections before they can move on to Unit 2. And I know do we want them to retake quizzes? Is that an option? How can we ensure they're actually getting through all the material? So we're going to ask all those questions, but please let me know your thoughts. I so appreciate the feedback. Thank you so much.